Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back to Tyranny. In the last episode we killed not one but two Archons. First we killed Blade and Mark, the Archon of Shadows, and then lastly and finally the Voices of Neraz, Archon of Secrets and the leader of the Scarlet Chorus. And then we went to Graven Ash to have a chat with him, and he was obviously pleased that we killed the Voices of Neraz finally. And then at first he was planning to become the ruler of the tiers and was about to tell me to bow to him, but then I managed to convince him that no, I should be the one leading this ruling this realm, and then and even the disfavored, because well, just look at you, you are an old man already, and then finally decided to agree, and now we are not only the only rightful ruler of the tiers, with Tunon, the Archon of Justice, and Graven Ash, the Archon of War, basically be my bitches, but also the disfavored are also now, now I am also the leader of the disfavored army. So that's very neat. However, Kyros himself or herself, I actually like to think that Kyros is a woman. So Kyros herself, on the other hand, is not very pleased about this, and so I just got a word that Kyros has sent her armies to face to basically annihilate everything in this realm, including us, of course. And so what we were advised to do by Graven Ash was to proclaim our own edict to the Northern Empire, and that's exactly what we're going to do. From here, the highest point in all of the peninsula, you could, with the sum total of your effort, project your will far north, past the edge of the tiers, and proclaim your edict as far as the lands of the Northern Empire. Turn to your companions. This probably amounts to a declaration of war against the Overlord. Ready? Well, the Overlord has kind of declared war against us by now, when she decided to send her forces here. Any requests? Well, this probably amounts to a declaration of war against the Overlord. Ready? So this is it. We have come a long way since Etherin ruins. Before this, I was nothing important. One Scarlet Chorus hero among thousands, but we are really doing something here. Thanks for letting me tag along. She turns to the edge of the spire, avoiding your gaze. How do you like that? We have made it all this way. Time to put the last nail in the coffin of Kyros' conquest. Go on and make your stand. I'm ready. You have earned it. Opportunity. I can feel it like a coaxing breeze. Not since Graven Ash stood against Kyros has anyone much made such a dent in the Overlord's defenses. It has been an honor serving at your side. Come what may, I'm ready to face it. Buried knocks nods to you. If I don't show Kyros my ability to cast the edict is more than one-time thing, the attacks will never stop. This will be an opening strike. Perhaps the tiers will conquer the Northern Empire. I wouldn't really go that far just yet. Or let's just say this. Another edict to plague us. Rorkagt, the world has seen enough of these horrors visited upon its people, but I agree that nothing less will tip the scales. Have at it then. He nods to the resonator at the center of the spire. Ah, so Lantry and the Kills in Shadow didn't comment on that? Maybe because they're not in our party. Alright, let's select a region to view its current edict or to issue a new one. So wait. Northern Empire. Oh wait, so this is the Northern Empire. I thought that the Northern Empire would be outside of the tiers, you know. So we're going to do it here. So what's this? Edict of Stone. The Edict of Stone leaches magical energy from the sky and living creatures, storing it into rocks below. This energy can lead to earthquakes and the slow petrification of the living. Edict of Storms. The Edict of Storms will generate a massive storm that covers huge areas of the world. The chaotic energy unleashed will cause random damage to strike your enemies to combat. I'm very tempted to just go with the Edict of Storms here, because that seems to be very effective. So let's go with that. So party effects plus 25 control lightning, but minus 30 control fire. Enemy effects plus 50% shock damage taken, plus 5% control lightning, and minus 30% control fire. Alright, let's do that then. Maybe next time I should do the Edict of Stone. Hot damn! What's happening? Casting the Edict of Storms wreaks havoc on the northern capital. The winds whip in a sudden frenzy and toss unsuspecting citizens through the air, dashing them back down in the rubble of leveled buildings. Temporary settlements take in refugees, fleeing the devastation from the now uninhabitable city. Survivors all ask the same question: why did the Overlord allow this to happen? As chaos ensued in the northern kingdom, the armies marching on the tiers received an unprecedented order. The armies were to fall back to the capital and ensure the safety of its people from the edict. For the first time in Kyros' great conquest, the armies retreated. Soon questions would be asked in a hushed breath across the lands about what new and terrible power had emerged that could force the hand of the Overlord. You fulfilled Kyros' decree, and all the tiers is now ruled by a single Archon. Your former rivals have either submitted to you or perished, bringing the civil war to a close. The Scarlet Kyros may have been mighty in numbers, but that didn't stop you from truthfully scattering them, cutting off the serpent's head and sending each of the gangs howling back to the chaos they sowed. How the remnants of the Horde occupy themselves without a war to fight becomes a topic for nightmares. It was thought that his favourite would never rally under another general, but by enlisting Raven Ash to your cause, you managed the next best thing, controlling the Archon to harness the strength of the Northern Empire. You recognized their old-fashioned regiments with a new chain of command, placing yourself at its highest authority. The Legion's victories spread beyond count, and your soldiers train hard, preparing for the retaliation to come. Under your guidance, those who resisted the conquest and sowed discontent are vanquished, their rebellion brought to a decisive end. Any lingering question of who is in true ruler the tiers is answered by your impact on the reconstructed nation. Word of your success spreads beyond the tiers as well. Even the most distant corners of the Empire whispers of the Fatebinder who rose to become an Archon, and an Archon whose intervention shattered the conquest, making way for a new future in the devastated nation. Uniting the tiers under the banner of the disfavored was never your directive, and yet you performed it admirably, consolidating the Overlord's forces under your rule and grooming the tiers for their place in a new order. The same people who once hurled curses across seas soon learned to think of themselves as part of a greater whole, extending beyond their modest borders. With the Edict of Stone dispelled, the earth around the Stone Sea finally settles, leading everyone to believe the realm of Asura will return to its former glory. But the ritual used to end the edict blighted the land to such a degree that nothing will grow, no matter how hard anyone tries. With determination, some are able to start small seedlings, but nothing ever comes of it. The memories of Cairn as a great force of destruction remains as a monument of inert rock. Most agree that the world is better off without the Archon of Stone, as the people of Asura begin to slowly reclaim the land that was once torn asunder by its power. As the strongest and oldest of their kind, the death of the Stonestalkers is a blow to Beastman culture. I really didn't want that to happen. Their demise also brings centuries of oral traditions to an abrupt end. The local tribes never recover from the terrible loss. God damn it! That's not what I wanted to happen. Oh well. With Cairn's essence preserved and the lands of Azure permanently blighted, the Earthshakers return to the disfavored. While their reputation isn't what it used to be, their success in dealing such a decisive blow to the Scarlet Kyros by removing their main resource of food has earned back the respect of the Legion. The Earthshakers are accepted back into the ranks of the disfavored, once again becoming part of the army that helped subdue the Tears. With the Unbroken all but destroyed, the former citizens of Stalwart threatened to slide into lawlessness. Kyros' forces stationed at Sentinel Stand managed to quell the worst of the uprising, but peace under the nation's new leadership is resisted at every turn. You put the last of Craven Ash's family to the sword. What? You put the last of Craven Ash's family to the sword, ensuring the end of his long and decorated lineage. Oh yeah, because we killed Amelia, Craven Ash's daughter. Yeah. Though you often wonder if more could have been done to prevent the horrible deed, you don't bother yourself wondering for long. Though it takes time to recover from the devastation of the Edict of Storms, the Blade Grave begins its slow march toward healing. The realm of Stalwart may never resemble its former glory, but the land is not so blasted that something new and better can be built atop the bones of the past. The Regent bloodline has ended. With it, new traditions and legacies has spring to life. Your travels never took you to the burning library, and this leaves the Edict of the Fire undisturbed, consigning the Vellum Citadel to a future engulfed by perpetual flame. With their arcane knowledge beyond reach, the School of Ink and Quill falls into steep decline, your name becoming a curse in their embittered ranks. By leaving Leighton's Crossing under disfavored command, you ensured the city's cooperation and productivity during the remainder of the conquest. The crafting of superior weapons comes to be the touchstone by which Leighton's Crossing is remembered. After the war, people speak of it as the Forge Days, when the city was a lump of unformed metal waiting to be shaped. By returning the Magebane helm to Leighton's Crossing, you ensured the Bane would not be able to get into the city. For the time being, the threat of a Bane incursion is dispelled. The settlers are grateful to go about their lives unburdened by this peril, though knowing how close they came to annihilation haunts them. They hope that the security you provided endures. Me too. With the disfavored left in control of Leighton's Crossing, the production of iron remains where it belongs, safe in northern hands. The Kyros and the Tearsmen alike fight with inferior bronze, and cover time and disadvantage grows to a crippling vulnerability. By enacting an edict on Venrian's Well, you announced your power to the world and showed Kyros' forces what you were capable of. When you defeated their leader and scattered the army before you, it sent the message to Kyros. A new Archon is born. While the edict dissipated, its effects will always be felt as the first true threat to Kyros' rule. Craven Ash continues to lead the disfavored, this time bowing to your superior command. At first the old general balks at your instructions, but in time he grows to trust your judgment without question. Working together, you bring much needed order to the lawless Tears. Killing the voices of Nerad spreads the joy of bloody vengeance across the continent. Celebrated as the death of history's greatest parasite, the occasion is marked by all who suffered under the oppression of the Scarlet Kyros. Even in victory, one thought nags you. Though you witness his death, you can't help but wonder if the voice of Nerad is done with you. Does this mean that there's going to be an expansion set for this game coming up? Just like the Obsidian made the White March expansion for Pillars of Eternity? Possibly. That would be interesting to see. Tunon, the Educator, continues to dispense justice from his seat in the Bastard City. He follows the laws you craft to the letter, advising on any of the meticulous changes you lack the time or the patience to draft. Without his aid, the task of keeping order in the Tears would be nigh impossible. The death of Blade and Mark deprived the world of a most capable murderer. One less bedtime story to scare children is no significant loss, though you can't help but glance at the dark corners of every room and feel as if something is watching you. Blade and Mark will always cast a long shadow on your life. Not content to enjoy the fruits of victory, Barrick positions himself among the rank and file of your supporters, organizing troops around their strengths and making sure each pulls their weight. His armor clings to him as undoubtedly as ever, though he wears it with a straighter back and lighter step than he did before. A team of loyal camp followers polish his blade to a respectable sheen each morning, and the smell that escapes his visor has notably improved. Medals of valor decorate his breastplate, and adoring supporters drape garlands of flowers about his pauldrons. Life is good for the towering soldier. Verse finds herself adrift in the relative peace that follows your conquest. She returns to the field and seeks out young women from rural communities, imparting her fighting skills to only the most passionate. Over the course of many apprentices, she follows the voice of Nerat's example and forms a personal army. The Kyros Sisterhood. Oh, nice. Verse proves to be a strict teacher and you hire her services often, confident that she'll take any assignment where there's blood to be spilled. Lantry shifts focus from writing about your accomplishments and spreads more time with your spires, contemplating their mystery and unraveling their secrets. The research he uncovers about your stronghold proves invaluable. Some days you feel as if there are few secrets the old librarian has not already learned. With quiet satisfaction, Lantry persists in working, his wandering days behind him. Eb, or Eve as I like to call her, Eve remains in your company, where she seeks out promising recruits among your supporters. After recognizing some obvious talent, she takes on a team of apprentices in a new school of would-be tidecasters. Though she often jokes that the school is bound to fail with her at the helm, her students think otherwise, as do the many dozens of hopefuls who come begging for her tutelage. Kills in Shadow shows little interest in cleaning up the tears after your victory. Instead, she takes it upon herself to hunt down every disfavored soldier that will not submit to your rule. Oh, so there are some disfavored soldiers who will not submit to my rule? I didn't think that would happen. Anyway, word gets back to you of mauling and disappearances among Kyros' ranks, perpetuated by a beast of legendary ferocity. Though you could track down your wayward companion, you let her continue the work her own way. Bloody, yet effective. Oh. Sirin, the Argonaut's song, never lent her voice to your cause. Oh wait, so I missed a companion? Ah, Sirin, the Argonaut's song. Oh yeah, this is the, what was her, 15-year-old bitch in that Scarlet Chorus camp at the very beginning of the game, when we were still trying to take over Vengeance. Well, she was a bitch and I hated her already. Ever since I met her. But apparently she could have been our companion. Well, damn. Well, in the next playthrough, I'm gonna make sure that I'm going to recruit her, just to see what she can do. Anyway, after spending time in Leiden's Crossing gathering followers, she disappeared from the tiers before your personal conquest was done. Stories reach your ears occasionally, telling of a young woman with a hypnotic voice, and you wonder what marvels you could have accomplished with her in your charge. Indeed. It's just damn shame that I completely missed her. Though you once professed loyalty to Kyros, popular belief holds that the world cannot support two overlords, and you now represent a threat to the established order. This leaves your future in question with but one certainty. When Kyros retaliates, you will be ready. From your perch atop the ancient spire, you can see hints of the Northern Empire just beyond the mountains. At your command, horns shout a triumphant cry across the valley, heralding the end of one long campaign and the beginning of another. Oh, wait, this was the end of the game? Well, damn, I guess I could have ended this Let's Play in the last episode, but oh well, I guess it's nice to have one concluding sort. or shorter than average concluding episode like this. Damn. This was actually a bit shorter game than I expected. But then again, I actually kinda expected, I actually did hear that this game was slightly shorter than Pillars of Eternity was. So I didn't have that high expectations when it comes to the length of this game, but yeah. So not a very long role-playing game, which may be considered as a bad thing by many CRPG fans and players in general. However, this game does have replay value. This game does have lots of replay value. At least you can decide that whether you are going to side with Disfavored or the Scarlet Chorus, or whether you are just going to be completely independent. Although I was quite neutral at start, or at least I tried, but then at the end I ended up favoring the Disfavored over the Scarlet Chorus, and then I annihilated the Scarlet Chorus entirely. And then we also missed that one companion, Sirin, Archon of Song. I completely forgot about her existence. I only remembered Tunon, Blade and Mark, Craven Ash, and the Voice of Nerat. Those were the only Archons I actually remember being in the tiers. But there was a fifth one apparently too. But apparently she wasn't really that big of an Archon that she wasn't really counted as one of the big guys, so to speak. So anyway, yes, that's it. This is a very great. This is a great game. I'm very happy that I played this, and I'm very happy that I played this game as my very first CRPG Let's Play. Because again, this game is a little bit shorter, somewhat shorter than the other CRPGs that we are old school CRPGs we are used to. And next time, I think I'm going to play a more old school CRPG. Like I was thinking of playing the first Fallout next. And at some point, I think I'm going to make a little survey where I'm asking that. Alright, folks, I'm going to play a new. I'm going to start a new CRPG game. But however, I'm giving you the power to choose that which I'm going to play next. So I'm going to make a survey with 2, 3, or possibly 4 CRPG options, which you vote for, and the one with the most votes will be played next. That's my plan. And also, I am planning to play this game again and make a new Let's Play and a new playthrough and play a different kind of character. And this in this Let's Play we kind of focused on javelins, swords, and shields and stuff like that. We have quite a melee and ranged kind of character, mid-range character. So next time I think I'm gonna play a spellcaster, because I learned absolutely nothing how to actually use those sigils and craft my own spells, because I really had no interest, at least not in this Let's Play when I didn't even play a very magic focused character. But in the next Let's Play of this game, I'm going to make a spellcaster character, and this time I'm going to make him a total selfish, arrogant, greedy douchebag who simply wants nothing but power all for himself, and if anyone steps in his way, he kills them. Simple as that. I'm gonna be a complete douchebag in the next Let's Play of this game. So yeah, is there anything else I want to really add? Anything that I didn't like about this game? Well, yeah, there was. Well, I really found it frustrating and annoying how I couldn't use the potions and stuff I had on my characters during combat, because I didn't put them into quick slots or whatever those things were called. So that was very annoying, because I really noticed that in my first 3-4 attempts to defeat Blade and Mark, I could have defeated him rather easily if I only could use the damn potions, but I couldn't. I had tons of potions on pretty much each of my characters, but I couldn't use them because they were not in my quick slots. So that was very annoying. And I have also heard that some people complain about the whole combat system of this game, but I really didn't have any problems with it personally. I think that the combat system of this game was even better and more responsive than the Pillars of Eternity was. So I don't really have that much I didn't really have that much problems with the combat system in itself. Just the inventory system was a bit frustrating. Is that it? Or is there going to be more end game credit text? Tyranny, made by Obsidian and published by Paradox Interactive. What a great game. I'm happy that I played this. Alright, and here concludes our Let's Play Tyranny. The first walkthrough, blind Let's Play anyway. I don't know when I'm going to start a new second playthrough of this game, but I think I'm going to play at least 2, possibly 3 other CRPGs before I come back to Tyranny. I'm possibly going to play Pillars of Eternity before this as well. But now, anyway, thank you for watching my Let's Play. And thank you for sitting through this entire. How many episodes was there? 22, 23, 20. Maybe I guess it's 24. This is 24th episode. Anyway, thanks for sitting through with me this entire Let's Play, and see you next time when I start my brand new Let's Play.